The next item we touched on briefly while we were doing the overall presentation. When we're looking at the contact names down here, we have a list of them here. You can see there's quite a few of them. We can scroll over to a new one. We want to be able to add another button just like this one here that's blue, and we want it to say active. I think I used the word enable before, but we want it to be active and blue, and then if we click on that button, it'll turn inactive, and what will happen is that this test 3 up here will go red, or it'll go a pink color. So we know it's inactive, and the pink color tells us it's inactive, and when we do the drop down box, number 3 will not be part of this list. Test 3 will not be there, and then the minute that we click on that one again and it's inactive, I can click on it again to make it active. So it has a toggle function in here that allows us to turn this on and off for whether we want to use it for the build to, ship to, or primary. Another enhancement we'd like to do, and this is set for the individual user, is to be able to take these lines and set them and move them and have them remain at that point for the individual user so that they can set their own parameters on these. The other thing, it wouldn't hurt if we could slide these around and the individual user could move these. I want to go to the products, and we're going to go to balloon plugs. This is an area that we loaded. Let's go back to general, and we're going to go to the balloon plug. In this case we'll go to all, and we'll go to search. Now in this search right here, if you can see these, we'll sort them up and we'll sort them down, and it appears to be different, but we're unable to sort these in order. The way they're typically lining up is single, 8s, and then all the 4s and the 3s and the 2s and the 1s. So you can see by what they're doing is that they're going by 1s, and then they go to 2s, and then they go to 3s and to 4s instead of sorting by actual size. So it should start with like 1/2 inch, which would be 0.5 or whatever it is, and then go to the next one up, which would be 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, and 5 inches, instead of just sorting by all the first numbers on this. This is the only one we have a problem with. All the rest sort in the correct order. Our next item, what we want to talk about, is a return ticket. So we're going to go to a search, and then let's find something that is probably returned. Return would be good. Let's find closed. Closed should work for us. We'll get a return slip. What we have here is check by, but what we need is another box here that says received by and the tracking number and the date. So in other words, we'd have received from, we could write in FedEx, then we put in their individual tracking number and the date that we received it from them. And this needs to print out just as a static printout like that here in a box, so that the inbound people can either sign or it can be recorded. I want to give an example of a copy or rental ticket. Real quick, we're going to take a closed ticket, and I'm going to add some notes, and I'm going to add them to the internal comments, and I'm just going to put a bunch of gobbledygook here. I'm going to save it. Then I'm going to return to the ticket. Now I'm going to copy that ticket, and here's a ticket. It's now a quote, and unfortunately my internal notes carried forward. The other thing that carried forward was my need by date, and these items should not carry forward. Additionally, there should be no information about shipping in here. The only thing that carries forward is this information and the current rental rates that they had set up. Another feature I didn't explain here is that this, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, but I can drill down on this and it takes me right to the product ID, and I can create a weight for the product right here, which is missing at the moment. Didn't because of remote desktop, but then once I update it, I can go back, and